First summer, does she ever go into the woods? Because I know Candace had said that there's bears and there's snakes. She doesn't go in there. She wouldn't wander off.
Nope, that little girl would never leave that front yard.
Would she walk down the driveway on her own? Because one of the other speculations is that the search dogs have... No, she would not. Okay.
No, because they have wild animals there. Like, last summer, we had an incident with a copperhead.
Oh.
The kids were outside. We were cooking on the grill, and one of the boys was sitting on the riding lawnmower. Next thing you know, he's freaking out because he said there was a copperhead that crawled over his leg. And he stood still. And, we took the garden hose and we tried flushing it out from the lawnmower because we didn't want it to attack any of the kids. And I shit you not, it was a big copperhead.
No way. No way. No, thank you.
That's why I said these kids always stayed in. Boys, they would wander off. They'd go through the woods and everything, but they're older. But little Summer, no, she stayed in that front yard.
Around her little swing, it seemed to be like an area that
was her favorite thing.
I like the video when she's on it.
That, and then if you look closely in the video, you'll see like this little area. She used to take the water hose and make a little mud pit and slate it.
Such a little tomboy. I love it.
If you can't answer this, I understand, but what do you guys think happened that day?
I really can't say, but I have a gut feeling about it.
Can you say your gut feeling, or is that out of the question too?
That'd be like what I told the TVI and stuff. But in terms of it, I don't think she's here anymore with us.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. Please like, share and subscribe. Family, I've been going back to all the previous clips from Ground Zero. I always said that this was one of the most important interviews with the unmasked. It's not that the other important interviews, like with the interview room, Chris McDonough, I'm not saying those are not important. They're absolutely important too. But the reason that I say that this interview is really important is because the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations allegedly asked the unmasked to take it off. So I'm sure they're using this as evidence. I remember this interview, it was done on the 4th of July, on the 3rd of July 2021, because there was a lot of firecrackers behind Allyson and Leslie, since it was the 4th of July 2021. It's very interesting that they mentioned the copperhead. If you'll remember from the very start of all the clips I've made, and before I even started on YouTube, I was obviously a subscriber of many channels, and I used to keep on mentioning, does this have something to do with a snake? I'm sure my subscribers are aware of that because I spoke about it many times. The reason I used to always look at the snake theory is because I believe I was the only first person, and then I told that to Justice for All, and I think he made a short clip about it. Back in, was it January, early January, when Candace had her own channel, I noticed the tattoo on her wrist, and the tattoo was a cross, a black cross with a snake wrapped on it. And I found that to be very strange. To start with, I do not have tattoos. That's personal choice. I do not have any tattoos, but I do have friends who have tattoos. And when I ask them what their tattoos mean, most of them have important, significant meanings with their tattoos. So I always wonder, because if you all remember, Candace said from the start that she told WHJL in the interview that she wouldn't go out for a walk because she's scared of snakes, bears, and coyotes. Coyotes, she said. So if you remember that part clearly, and then when I watched the snake tattoo on her hand, she did not have that snake tattoo on Chris McDonough's interview where she's wearing the white t-shirt, which was written Mom on Patrol. She didn't have it. So that means she made this tattoo from January or December. So I understood that this has to have a significant meaning for her. And then I remembered Crime Stories Obsessed had an interview with Allyson's neighbors, and Allyson's neighbors said that Allyson has a snake. And then we have Jody Sue, who has pictures with a snake wrapped on a hand. And then I remember, God rest his soul, what's his name? Jose. Jose explained in his interview with Justice for All, he said that there was a copperhead that was living in the shed of the Wells. Isn't that kind of strange? As soon as he said that when he was in their property, the copperhead will disappear as soon as they try to capture it. Candace had to call animal rescue to get rid of the copperhead, and they couldn't even find it. So I find it very interesting that there was so much talk about snakes going on, but the most important thing for me is, why would someone have a tattoo of something they are scared of? So as a CBT therapist, that never made sense to me, and I was digging in deep into that. And now I hear this when I was watching the Unmasked interview. So please leave a comment and tell me what you feel about it. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.